Hey folks, someone's just asked me about the Xetra DAX. It's not something I trade very often. This is the weekly chart. You can see how we've sort of traded up this channel and we're at new all-time highs. But we're at the channel center line and we've got three trend lines. We've got the long-term channel line at the bottom here. We've got this shorter, steeper red trend line. And then even stronger and even shorter, this green trend line, all on the weekly chart. We're at the channel center line. It's often a point of resistance. Let's go to the day chart. And that day candle looks a little weak, just reaching up. It could get a little higher. But I tell you what, how I would trade this, and I just must repeat that I don't. Let's go back and have a look at these three trend lines. There's the long-term channel line. Also notice, by the way, that we failed to reach the channel top. Let me just digress. And you can see we're running out of steam. We're not reaching up there like we were before. And also you'll see this on the RSI and the stochastic being divergent with this price rally. But let's go back to the day chart. There's today's candle, just a reach up and coming back down, and the three trend lines. Now what this normally signifies is this is the longer term most relevant trend line, and then the shorter term one indicates an acceleration of this rally, and then this green one here indicates that we've accelerated for a second time. The first time being the red line. This is the second acceleration, and normally after the second acceleration you then get a breakdown. So we're looking for a break through this green line, a retest from underneath, and a continuation. Note that the 20 and 50 period moving averages are here too. And then to move down to this next steepest trend line, this red one, which is more or less where the 200 period moving average, the purple line, and we're getting into some of these support levels just below there. And then longer term, we might even reach the bottom of this long-term channel. We have to go back to the week chart to see that more closely. On the week chart, the supply and demand zone and order block is actually at that channel bottom, so that's a logical place to go. But first we've got to get through the green line, and then the red line, and then the black line. Let's have a look at the monthly chart. So there's the long-term channel that we're in. Remember, stock markets are inherently optimistic. Most of the time they go up. So if you're trading against the trend, in other words, going short on stocks, you're always heading against the tide, so to speak, a little bit. So keep that in mind. But on the monthly chart, you can see there's no sign of reversal. 4 months in a row, that's quite a lot. You don't often see that, so that's a bit of a concern. And then back to the daily chart, just trying to form a top there. And if you were to short here, trying to pick a top, of course, not always a good idea in a almost parabolic market. You might want to try shorts here and only exit the trade on a daily close above the spike high of this candle. So don't use that as a barrier for your stop loss. Use the daily close as your exit or stop loss. And if we close above the high of this candle at about 17,738, then you would probably consider stopping that trade out or hedging it. I hope that's been helpful. Take care.